No one expected it to happen quietly. One moment, Earth satellites were monitoring the familiar emptiness of orbit, and the next, a massive vessel appeared. It wasn't sending any signals. It wasn't maneuvering aggressively. It didn't respond to any of the automatic scans or communications. It simply hovered, enormous and alien, in perfect balance above the planet. Every instrument froze as scientists and military personnel scrambled to understand what they were seeing. The United Earth Command convened immediately. On every screen, the ship was displayed in incredible detail. Its surface shimmered like liquid glass, reflecting nothing but space itself. No energy spikes, no radiation, no visible propulsion. It had entered orbit without resistance, almost as if the laws of physics bent around it. For humanity, it was both terrifying and mesmerizing. Captain Sarah Koval of the Ares was assigned the mission to investigate. Her experience with unusual anomalies and her ability to think outside rigid protocols made her the only viable choice. As Ares approached the alien ship, the crew felt the weight of the moment. This was more than exploration. It was first contact on an entirely new level. The alien vessel remained still as Ares drew near. There were no messages, no signs of communication. It simply observed. Every movement the humans made was mirrored subtly, almost imperceptibly, by changes in the alien ship's position. It was as if it were studying the humans, analyzing not technology, but behavior. It entered orbit without resistance, but it is not passive, Sarah said quietly. It's watching. It's learning. The crew began small experiments. They sent drones around the ship, altered Ares' trajectory in unconventional ways, and transmitted non-standard data streams. Each action was designed to test the alien vessel without provoking aggression, and slowly reactions came. Subtle, precise changes in the ship's orbit suggested awareness, intelligence, and evaluation. Dr. Lamb, the chief scientist, observed the readings closely. It is not responding to orders or protocol, he said. It is responding to creativity, to unpredictability. It is evaluating our decision-making rather than our technology. Sarah realized the magnitude of the moment. Humanity had always prepared for first contact as a series of steps. Signals, greetings, and protocols. This was different. The ship did not care about protocol. It demanded ingenuity. Survival depended on human unpredictability. The Ares began transmitting examples of human resilience and ingenuity. Videos of disaster response, acts of courage, collaboration across borders without authority, and moments where humanity defied expectations filled the alien sensors. Slowly, it became clear. This vessel did not judge by rules. It judged by adaptability and action. This is just another encounter in space. You are mistaken. This is the beginning of a story, where one ship entering orbit without resistance changed the rules of first contact forever. Humanity's ability to act unpredictably would become the language that the universe could not ignore. The next move would decide everything. Every choice, every maneuver, every small act of ingenuity would be recorded, studied, and ultimately shape the relationship between humanity and an intelligence beyond comprehension. This was more than a mission. It was the first step in rewriting the way intelligent life sees us. As the Ares remained near the alien vessel, the crew realized that nothing they had trained for prepared them for this moment. The ship had entered orbit without resistance, but it was far from passive. Every maneuver, every transmission, and every experiment was being observed. Standard protocols for first contact had no meaning here. Humanity had to rely on improvisation, creativity, and unpredictability if they wanted to communicate or even survive. Captain Sarah Koval called the crew to the bridge. Her eyes were sharp, her voice calm but commanding. The ship is not reacting to commands or messages, she said. It reacts to actions we take that it cannot predict. We need to show it what humans can do, not what our procedures dictate. The crew began experiments designed to test the alien ship's responses. Small drones flew erratically. Unexpected patterns were created, and the Ares itself performed maneuvers that violated every known protocol of orbital navigation. Each movement was a deliberate act of unpredictability. Each reaction of the alien ship was carefully monitored, analyzed, and adapted to. Dr. Lamb, the mission's chief scientist, spoke quietly as he watched the readings. It's learning from us, he said. Not attacking, not retreating. It is analyzing our decision-making. This is not a test of strength. It is a test of adaptability and creativity. The crew realized that the ship had no interest in conventional contact. It wanted to observe humanity's ability to improvise, to take risks, and to act in ways that could not be predicted. Standard greetings and diplomatic sequences would accomplish nothing. Humanity's greatest advantage was unpredictability. Sarah decided it was time for a bold maneuver. The Ares would pass through a gravitational anomaly near the alien ship. creating a risk that could be fatal if miscalculated. Every member of the crew felt the tension, but they trusted Sarah's judgment. As executed the maneuver, the alien vessel reacted. Its massive form shifted slightly, adjusting its orbit to mirror Ares' unpredictable trajectory. It was no longer merely observing. It was interacting. It was adapting. It was recognizing the humans as intelligent participants in this encounter. "Look at that," Sarah whispered. "It's responding to our choices as if we're equals. It's learning from us in real time." Back on Earth, people watched in awe as the live feed displayed a silent but intricate dance between the two vessels. Millions were captivated by humanity's improvisation and courage. Analysts and scientists quickly understood the significance. This was not just contact. This was humanity demonstrating that its unpredictability was a strength, a language that the alien ship could understand. Sarah realized the lesson of the encounter. Obedience would have doomed humanity. Risk, ingenuity, and adaptability were the keys to survival. Every unconventional decision, every bold maneuver was part of a new dialogue. Humanity was no longer following instructions. It was shaping the interaction. The next move would determine the outcome. But one thing was already clear. The ship had entered orbit without resistance, but it had also entered a silent partnership. It would no longer be an observer alone. It was now engaged in a dialogue with a species capable of rewriting the rules. The final stage of the encounter had begun. The alien ship, massive and enigmatic, hovered silently above Earth, its presence commanding attention across the planet. It had entered orbit without resistance, yet the significance of its stillness was now clear. It was not passive. It was waiting for humanity to prove itself in ways that could not be measured by instruments or protocols. Captain Sarah Koval understood the weight of the moment. Every maneuver, every decision, every act of improvisation was now part of a dialogue written in motion. "This is it," Sarah said to her crew. "The next series of actions will define how they see us. They are testing us not with force, but with opportunity." The Ares began a carefully orchestrated sequence of maneuvers, designed to push the boundaries of predictability. The ship altered its trajectory in ways simulations had deemed impossible. It rotated, adjusted speed, and shifted angles in combinations that were chaotic, yet controlled. Every move challenged the alien vessel, demonstrating human creativity and ingenuity. As the two ships moved in a silent, synchronized dance, the alien vessel responded to each unexpected maneuver, adjusting subtly, almost as if it were learning from the humans in real time. The Ares was no longer just an observer. It was participating in a two-way interaction, one where actions replaced words and improvisation became the language of communication. "Look at the data," Dr. Lamb said, his voice tinged with awe. "It's adapting to us. Every unpredictable choice we make is incorporated. They're acknowledging our ingenuity." Sarah knew the decisive moment had arrived. Ares would pass through the center of the alien ship's orbital field, fully exposing itself to potential danger. The crew held their breath, aware that this act could provoke aggression. Instead, the alien ship responded with an unprecedented display. Sections of its surface opened, revealing intricate internal structures that glowed with shifting light patterns. The alien vessel was acknowledging humanity, recognizing that unpredictability and courage were the true strengths of this species. "We've done it," Sarah said softly, a rare smile breaking through her tension. "We've shown them who we are." Back on Earth, millions watched the live feed in silence, captivated by a first contact that was unlike any before. Humanity was not merely observed. It was understood, validated through action, and recognized as a species capable of thinking beyond rigid rules. The alien ship, which had entered orbit without resistance, now seemed to have joined a silent agreement with humanity. First contact had been rewritten. Protocols that once dictated behavior were now obsolete. The alien vessel had shown that it valued creativity, adaptability, and courage over adherence to rules. Humanity had not only survived this encounter, but had earned respect through the very qualities that made it unpredictable and unique. Sarah turned to her crew. "Humanity has learned the most important lesson," she said. "Unpredictability is power. Courage and ingenuity can change outcomes even when the rules are unknown. This is the beginning of a new era." The alien ship remained in orbit, a silent witness and partner in the story of humanity's first true contact. One ship had entered without resistance, but it had left an indelible mark. It had witnessed ingenuity, bravery, and unpredictability, and in doing so, it had changed the way the universe would see humanity forever. This was not just survival. This was proof that humanity could redefine the rules and write its own path among the stars.